So host, inform us when you start the YouTube live. Okay. Host. Okay. So hello everyone. My name is Srikanth Venkateshan, one of the course instructor for mathematics for data science one. So today we are going to give you some idea about how the Max 1 is about and how the Max 2 concepts are about. And we will give you some ideas how you should proceed with completing the Max 1 with good course and as well as Max 2 with good decent scores. So today I am here with my one of my colleague Shubham Maurya. He teaches Max 2. He is one of the course instructor for mathematics 2. So Shubham, would you like to introduce yourself?
So hi, good evening to all of you. So myself, Subham Maurya. I'm course instructor in Maths 2. So today's we are going to introduce you this is an orientation session, and we will look briefly about Maths 1 and Maths 2. What are the curriculum? What are the syllabus for Maths 1 and Maths 2? We will see that, and after that we will see some question, or we have already you have already asked some question via Google form. So we will select some question and we will try to answer them. So this is the motto for today's session. So Narana, can you start this video?
Okay.
Do you want to say something?
Yeah. See, I was the one who will be going to share the video. Okay. Before that, this is how the session is going to be. So we will play a orientation video to you all. It's for some half an hour. So in that video, you will be getting a clear idea about what all the topics you have to go through in both Max 1 and Max 2. After that video completed, we will take up the questions which you have already asked in Google form. So we'll try to answer most of the questions and we will end the session there. If you still have doubts, you can post us in the you can reach us through emails or support mails and everything, right? So yeah, so let me start playing the video for you.
So let's start the session with one quotation, that is, mathematics is not about numbers, equations, complex algorithm. It is about the understanding, which said William Thurston. So mathematics is not only just solving the questions or solving the equations. It is about to understand the topics or the theories which are mathematics. So now let's move to our next slide. Yeah, you are now audible, Vicky.
Thanks, Shubham. Hi everyone. Sorry for joining late. So actually, this is my part what Shubham was explaining. My name is Vicky Kumar Sharma. I'm one of the maths support team. So even Shubham is. So today we are going to first discuss on Maths 1 and Maths 2. Followed by we'll be taking up some of the questions which is shared with you on the forum and in the Google form what is shared to you. And then we'll go with the stats. Shubham, can you just quickly go on to the next slide?
Yeah. So I have actually this quotation I have said. Let's move on the next slide. So this
Yeah.
is
So yes. So as William Thurston has told, so to understand mathematics is about understanding things, right? So similarly, data science. If you want to understand data science, you will have to understand through mathematics. And so here you can see here in the highlighted part, what we have mentioned is calculus and algebra. So we'll be doing calculus in maths 1 and algebra in maths 2. So this is just a small part of it, what we are telling right now. And similarly, like how do you deal with, like how do you use this calculus part in data science? So if you know something about data science, then you would have seen like it's about building model, and then making predictions out of the given data and things like that. That is again a small part of data science. So for that you need a mathematical tool, or to understand those data or to make sense out of it, you will have to use mathematics again there. So how does this calculus comes in there? So there is something called gradient descent. So if you want to do that, again you will have to use the calculus. And let's say if you want to do when you are doing some, when you have to compute a large parameter or like large matrix, you need algebra. So this is something. This is why we need mathematics. So Shubham, can you take to this?
Sure, sure, Vicky.
So as I was telling, like how do we understand data science with math, right? So this is another thing. So you see in the stock market, you want to do some kind of prediction. Like, is there any increase in the stock market on from the past 5 years? So how do you make an understanding? So, so even if you just give you a graph and then we can say like, okay, this graph is kind of increasing. So you can make a prediction saying that, okay, from past 5 years, this was increasing in so and so way with the slope so much, right? So again, that's maths. So how do you understand this? So this is a small part wherein we are using a linear algebra. So here, not exactly, but it's a concept of straight line, as you can see from here, right? So here, slope plays an important role to make an prediction, like what will be its future value, or let's say after 6 years or something. Like you can just make a small guess out of it. So yes, Shubham. Another thing is like in machine learning. So we know that a support vector machine. If you don't know, you will be knowing more this on further courses on machine learning or something, wherein sometimes you categorize data using supervised learning model. So what you do is you make a prediction. Let's say if you want to predict something like what is the probability of a certain person having a certain disease, right? So how do you do this? So you will have set of parameters, and then you make, segregate them, then you separate them accordingly, and then you refine it in a proper way, and then you come up with a proper model fit, and then you say like, okay, if it is about this, then that person is supposed to have this particular disease, or like you have a higher chance of getting that disease or something like that. So this is one part what we are discussing right now. So mathematics has an integral part in machine learning, deep learning, and AI, right? So yes, so that's one thing we can understand. So there are not just this, there are many other places where we use maths, right? So in game theory or fluid dynamics, or you want to do some kind of numerical analysis or optimization, which you will be dealing more on maths too, and some probability theory, then statistics, then cryptography, mathematical finance, right? Mathematical physics, chemistry, biology, economics, and control theory, you name it. Everywhere you need this math. So this becomes an really essential that you first have the foundational courses in maths, then followed by some more learnings in maths too. So this is something it becomes very important. So where all we use this maths one. So if you want to do some kind of resources allocations in organization, then again you need to have this real life applications of math, right? Then optimizations of hardwares in a device. Then you want to do some coding applications in non destructive testing, right? So there again you need math. Then if you want to do some kind of some thinking and problem solving of a real life challenges, of course this course is meant for you. So, so what we do exactly in math? So could you Shubham, just take to the other side? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So here So as you all are, I assume that you all are qualifier batch right now. So this is your first orientation. So me, Shrikant, and Deepak will be handling Maths 1. So what we do is like we do content creations and we'll be taking live sessions for you. We'll be guiding you throughout your Maths 1 journey. So yes, so what we do here is something. These are the topics which we will be dealing with. So we'll be first in first week, it will be set theory, relations, and functions. And on week 2, we'll be dealing with straight lines. Week 3 is about a quadratic function. Week 4 is about polynomials. Week 5 and 6 we deal with the functions. Then week 7 is about sequences and limits. Week 8 is about derivatives, maxima, minima. Then week 9 is about integration. Week 10 is about, and 11 is on graph theory. So which you will also learn in your other non-mathematics subjects such as CT and other CS courses. And week 12 is about revision. So these are the things. So in depth, if you want to see, then you can see here in week 1, we deal with set theory. So what do we do actually here is we take you through number system with very basic thing. And you know that this program is designed for for not just the people with the mathematics background, but it also for working professional and non-maths background learners. So we take you through very elementary things like number system, sets and their operations, relations and their types, functions and their types. Then like the other elementary subjects like what we have studied in our high schools, such as straight line, coordinate geometry, section formula, forms of straight lines, then general equations of straight lines, some squared error, like these kind of things. And in quadratic functions, it's like quadratic functions and then parabola and its properties, applications of quadratic functions, then quadratic equations and their solutions. And in polynomials, it's about like normal algebra of a polynomial. So that's basic addition, subtraction, multiplications, and division. So the algorithm which is used in this, so that kind of things. Then graphings of polynomials is very essential. Like you will be finding the intercepts, then zeros, then you will know what is multiplicities and behaviors. So I want to tell you in the very beginning that the graphing becomes a very important part and the visualization is very, very important in Math 1. So that is something we have to pay attention.
Yeah, so
So
we
the week
continue.
5 is about functions. So we'll be dealing here more with like exponential function, and week 6 is about logarithmic functions. Week 7 is the sequences and limits. So here we'll be dealing with like graphs and tangents. So this will start with this concept, starting with the tangents, and then we'll actually search for the definition of tangents. And like this is how you build up the concepts, and then you keep on understanding this better while knowing what are the limits of sequences, limits of functions of one variable, limits and continuity. And then you go with differentiability and derivatives. Then you find computing derivatives using L'Hopital's rule. Then you find out like tangents and linear approximation, then critical points, then computing maxima and minima. So these are some part of the calculus. The other thing is about integrations, wherein you'll be asked to find out the computing areas, and then very famous Riemann sum and its integrals. Then integrals as antiderivatives and computing areas using integrals. So these are some calculus parts. So this is like very important again. So this is very much essential once you go to the further courses on like MLF or like MLT, these kind of courses, and you'll be dealing more on this, like on algebra part in Maths 2. And like week 11 is on graph theory, and week 10 is also the same. So wherein you'll be doing the concept like introduction to graphs. You'll be doing with breadth first search and depth first search. Then what do you mean by directed acyclic graphs? Then topological sorting. Then how do you find the longest path in DAX, transitive closures, matrix multiplication? So this is like discrete mathematics, wherein you'll be dealing more on algorithms and we'll be dealing more with maths part here, rather than the coding part here. So this thing is also very much essential in your CT and other programming languages. So these will play a very important role for those courses. And then week 12 is the revision content. So it's like all these weeks gets over, and then we have made some revision videos. So we tend to release during those times to help you out with a short-term study of these courses. So this is about maths 1. Then topics which may require an extra care is these kind of concepts like week 1. So which is algebra, so it's very much essential that you study during hours when you feel productive. And each of us have our own methods of study. So you should figure out how do you use it effectively, right? So this is something we'll have to figure out by ourselves. Then make a practice study plan.
Srikant, there is no video.
Yes. I think I lost my connection in between. I will again share the video and I will just go back and play the video.
Yeah, okay.
Just a second. Visible, right? Screen is visible.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, I'll just go back a little.
Functions, relations, domain, codomain, and range. Then week 5 functions, composite and inverse. Then you have calculus, which is very much important. And then week 10, which is advanced, which 10 and 11, which is advanced topics on graph theory, which is discrete part of mathematics. So these are some essential topics which you have to really pay attention to. Uh, Shubham? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are some of the suggestions from us? Like I'm since primarily for maths 1. So I would say right from the beginning, study at your own pace, at your own time. Do not study the courses only for grades, because this is not going to help you out in any way. I and I and I and I you will experience this in this course. At every moment, your concept will be tested. So even if you know the formulas and you think like, oh, I'm done, so it's not going to happen like that. So your concept will be tested every moment. So do pay attention for that. So it's very much essential that you study during hours when you feel productive. And each of us have our own methods of studying. So you should figure out how do you use it effectively, right? So this is something we'll have to figure out by ourselves. Then make a practice study plan. Like we always sometimes we make a schedule which is not we never follow it, right? So always make a practical study plan so that you can follow it easily, right? So that is something you will have to do it. And since you are just entering into the courses, your primary area will be like focusing on qualifier. So this becomes very essential that you start jotting down the points and you make a formula sheet from the beginning, that you make a point out of it, and do not wait for someone else like they give you a point and then give you a sheet or something like, okay, this is formula sheet or cheat formulas, and then be ready for your exams like that, right? So Shubham, can you take to the other side? So yes, do make a habit of making notes while studying each topic. Then how do you solve these things, right? So first, what is the methodology? How do you actually approach this course? So you first see the videos. Then we have designed something called activity questions. So these are not very tough questions. questions. It is directly solvable questions after seeing the videos. And here we do not give solutions as such, but we give you right answers. But yes, you have privilege to give a multiple attempt for solving this. To do so, primarily you should solve these activity questions and then switch to practice assignment questions, and then go with the graded questions. So this is the way you have to go through this course. For each week, watch the video, go to these activity questions, practice them, ask if you don't know. So those things you will have to do, and then go to the practice questions and then graded assignment questions. So practice assignment questions and graded questions, we do provide solutions as well. So that is something we do. And what do you do then? So once you try solving by yourself, so we will always have 3 live sessions. So it's like first live session will be on activity questions, second is like open sessions or division sessions, and third is like solve with us. So solve with us is you solve with us in a way, like we come up with some 10 questions or like some question, like 5 6 questions, and then you sit with us, solve with us, and then you understand, you participate actively how to answer this question. So this is how, like, in a week you have a 3 live sessions, right? So it is advised that you attend the live sessions, but it's up to you. It's not compulsory that you should attend. But as per like previous students' feedback, they found it really effective. So one suggestion can be like you can attend these live sessions. Then what do you do next? When you have further doubts, like let's say when you are solving this question, still the doubt is uncleared, you can still put those questions in the forum or like discourse. I think discourse, those students who qualify the courses, they get the access to discourse, but as if now you'll have the access to forums, so you can put your questions in the forum, wherein all of us will be there, like not just course instructor but other students as well, who actually give the response, and you can interact with them, right? So this is something we do there. So this is all about maths one. So what I would say in general is, as soon as the week starts, so do not put anything on the week ends. Like you should start learning from the day one. It shouldn't be, because see, you will, once the course starts, you will not have any time. So you see, like after, once the course start, after a month, you will find you have your qualifier exam, right? So you should start jotting the points and you should start learning from the day one. And you see that what we will be discussing you in the live session is something we will not tend to discuss again. We will always point you there, okay, like we have discussed this there, so kindly go and see that. So it's very essential that be alert and active from the very beginning. And I assure you that maths 1 is uh, like the contents are very lengthy, okay, and you have lot to do, you have lot much material in this maths 1 session. So you will not have time. So if you keep it for the end, you will be really in trouble. So do not do that. So do jot down the points and effectively do it right from the day one. Do not keep it for the day end. So that is something I would give you an advice as of now. So Shubham will take you to the maths 2 syllabus, and then we can take up some of the questions what you have, then followed by stats 1 and stats 2. Thanks, Shubham.
Yeah. So thanks, Vicky. For brief instruction about math. So yeah, from maths 2, there are 4 instructors, which is Susmita and Subham, Subhasis, which is Subham is me, Subhasis and Subhajit. Susmita has done PhD from IIT Madras. I am Shubham. I've done my MSc from IIT Madras. Subhajit and Subhasis both have done PhD from IIT Madras. So these are the course instructor which you will see in Maths 2, which we will handle like creating the contents or type sessions, discourse, some kind of thing done by this instructor. So yeah, as Vicky have done some application, has just told you about some application of maths. So there are some more application you can think as like in Maths 2 also. So Maths 2 is the content which contains linear algebra, and there is another portion multivariable calculus. So there is one term gradient. So gradient is actually will have to find the maxima or minima value of a multivariate function. So as an application, if you can think that like you are on a hill and you want to go on the base of, like in a city, base of there is a city on the base of hill. So how will view that there is so foggy, the weather is so foggy. So the process is you will look around yourself and you will see that a place where you are actually able to see the place where you can go. So like you are finding the minimum fog, like a minimum value. If you think like fog as a function of multivariable. So that's the process, and slowly, that is when you reach to the minimum where you are able to see the minimum fog, or you are able to see the place, you will reach first, and slowly you will same process you will apply, and you will reach to the ground. So that is this. That is an example you can say, or application of calculus like a multivariable. So let's move on to the next example. There is one you can say an application of linear algebra. So this is a like a example on the linear algebra applying like matrices and eigenvalues and eigenvector. In maths 2, you will done with the vector spaces and about the matrices. You will see eigenvalues, eigenvectors in machine learning foundation courses. So what is these pictures are saying that if you suppose you have a picture which is kind of blur, and suppose you there are some tools so that using those this picture using those tools, this picture can be converted anyhow in math, like matrix, and using singular value decomposition, that matrix can be converted to the some easy matrices, like in easy kind of like a diagonal matrices or whatever the things you can say. So saying to be using this singular value decomposition or in a linear algebra, you can optimize this picture. You can remove the blurring thing of the picture. So that is a linear algebra application you can say. If you are not understanding the terms like eigenvalues, eigenvector, don't worry with that. So yeah, so let's move on to our brief uh, course content of Maths 2. So this is an overall view of Maths 2. The first 2 weeks you will look the system of linear equation, where you will see there are like you will think that there are three variables and there will be a three equation or more equation, which you will learn to how to solve these equations. Then later weeks like week 3 and 4, you will look about the vector space, that is nothing but a space with the some kind of operation, like two operation you will see that. Now next is the next up this like week 5 and week 6, you will see about linear transformations, and later on you will like week 7 and week 8, you will look about affine subspace, which is uh, uh, about like a subspace. You will see that vector space subspace has nothing but a vector space kind of thing. Those things will look around, and next is you will see inner product spaces. After these weeks, finishing these weeks, there will be a relation you can say will look like whatever you learn from maths 1, the calculus part. Here you will see in in multivariables function. There you will look about the one variable, but here on week 10 and 11, there will be multivariable functions. There you will look about same thing as differentiability or partial derivative, tangents, or tangent line. So these things you will look on week 10 and 11. And week 12 will be like a revision, whatever from week 1 to week 11. So now deeply if we look about week 1, so week 1 is contains vectors, matrices, system of linear equations, and determinant of matrices. So as you know, when you know what is the matrix, as who have done till 12, those people know about the matrices. So but determinant is a property of matrix. So this thing you will look around week 1, and in week 2, you will know how to solve the system of linear equation with the some tools, the tools like Cramer rule and solution of system of linear equation, finding solution of system of linear equation with the invertible coefficient matrix. Then you will use another tool like Gauss elimination method. So which you will get using the echelon and reduced row echelon form. So this is on week 2, and in week 3, you will now come to a space which is called vector space, and you will know the properties of vector space. And then after you will know the when the vectors are called linear independent or dependent. So vectors are nothing but like when you hope you know that in a real line only. So when you come to in vector space, the dimension will change like in R2, R3. So those elements are from R2, R3 you can call vectors. So these are in, you will look in week 3, and in week 4 you will know about the basis of a vector space and dimension of the vector space. So this is in week 4 you will see, and this red kind of saying that these points are little bit of comparison to the basis or rank. So red color is highlighting that these topics are somewhat abstract. Now next is on week 5 you will look the null space of matrices and null space of matrices with some example you will look, and then you will know the linear transformation. Now in week 6 you will see some more about the linear transformation and ordered basis and matrices, matrix representation of linear transformation, and you will know about the image and kernel of a linear transformation. And then in week 7 you will see the properties, some properties like equivalence and similarity of matrices. And there is term another affine service space. Again, this is a highlighted, so somewhat abstract this topic. And then you will know about the length and angles of a vector and inner products and norm of a vector. In week 8, you will see about the orthogonality and linear independence or dependence. You will see the norms, orthonormal basis, projections, Gramsci's process to get the orthonormal basis, and orthogonal transformation and rotations. These terms or these contents will come in week 8. Now, in week 9, after studying the linear algebra, you will come to the multivariable. In multivariable, you will look about the again limit kind of thing which you done in maths 1, but it will be the different scenario, somewhat little bit more in saying to be the word, or the dimensional derivative or continuity of a multivariable function. So you will see these in week 9. And in week 10, you will see steepest ascent and descent, and you will look about the tangents of multivariable function, tangent hyperplane, critical points, which gives the maximum or minimum value, as you seen an example of the gradient. Here these critical points will help you to find the minimum or maximum value of the function. So, and in week 11, you will see that what is the process to getting maximum or minimum value, which is there is use of matrix, which is in terms of you can say Hessian matrix to getting the local maximum, local minima or local maxima, and you will know about the differentiability of the multivariate function. And something in week 12, the things are revision of week 1 to 11. So these are the contents in maths 2 till week 11 or week 12. Now there are some suggestions to how to approach maths 2. So like what is the first, when you are going to start a week content, how you will see that the first thing is watch the video lecture. When you are watching the video lecture, what you will do, try to take notes. Otherwise, there are slides which professor will use in the lecture. You can take as a notes also. And next is note down the concept which you find difficult in watching while the watching video lecture. Now try to solve those example which have done by the professor in the video lecture. So these things while you watching video lecture, these things aspect to done with by you. Now next step is then after watch the tutorial. After watching the video, watch the tutorial video. But before watching the tutorial video, there are some suggestion that try to solve the example which are in the tutorial videos. Now next is if you find some difficulties, take help. When you are solving those tutorials question too difficult, these are difficulty to solve those, then you look the tutorial video. And there is another application or that is website, you can say that GeoGebra, where you will see the geometric visualization of the whatever you will see, like there in tutorials or in video lectures, you will see the geometric visualization of the concepts. So you will also use you aspect to use the GeoGebra kind of thing, and which you will how to use, you can learn also in the live sessions how to use GeoGebra. Now next is after watching the contents, now go to the solve with assignments. So there is one thing before to jump to the activity question, to solve the activity question, in between the like video lectures and activity, there is one assignment which is called solve with assignment. And in this assignment, there are the key points have written from the video lectures, and there are some questions. So these questions done by just watching the video lecture. These questions are very easy. Still, if you are facing difficulty, when you choose a option, it will give you a feedback how to solve this question or where you are making mistake. So this is a beautiful thing about the solve with assignment, and this is, you can use in the like a note of the whole maths too. There are written some key points which you can use as a revising the things of the contents of maths too. Now after going through the solve with assignment, then move on to the activity question. And in activity question, try to solve the question yourself, point out the question you find difficult, and ask those question is discourse, as Vicky have just introduced you about the discourse or forum. There you can post your queries regarding the activities or conceptual whatever you have, and also you can come those with those question in live session with the concept also where you are facing difficulty to understand. After solving activity question, just move on to the practice assignment, which is a very similar to the graded assignment, which is you know that graded assignments is fully up to you, that you need to solve the graded assignment. So before to solve graded assignment, just practice those questions, which is very similar in the practice assignment. So solve first practice assignment. Still you are facing difficulty, then look the solution PDF. Before that, just solve yourself. So this is the process. If you apply to approach, like if you approach this maths too, this will be very helpful to you to understand the topics and questions or solving the questions. Now there is some important aspects. So from you to try to attend the live session, or you can watch those sessions on YouTube later also. Now next is clarify your doubts in live session and discourse. The thing, as just now I told you about GeoGebra, so use GeoGebra and play around it to get your concepts and geometric visualization clear. So GeoGebra is a very useful tool of mathematics to visualizing the concept like what is place, what is R3, or what is tangent plane, what is tangent line. So these things you will, when you while using GeoGebra, you will know that. Now spend more time to clarify the concepts which are quite abstract. So like as I have in while we are looking the contents, there are some highlighted portion. So those you can think as abstract. So spend some time to get clarified. Now next is which is need to focus on, like if you are from class 10 or non-STEM background or working professional, so suggestion for you to spend significant amount of time for both mathematics courses, because this you will find like you or you didn't go through like in 12 mathematics, or you forgot while you're working, you forgot the things, so it will take time to absorb these things. So that's why I spend some significant amount of time. Now, if you are class 12 and science background, so some portion of polynomials, graph theory in Math 1, and linear algebra and multivariable in Maths 2 may be new to you. So yeah, the vector space for you will be new to you, or multivariable like Hessian matrices or critical points will be new to you. Now, if you are engineering student, some portion like linear algebra and multivariable from Maths 2 may be new to you. So you should clarify these concepts. So these are the points which we want to emphasize to you.
So, Vicky, sorry, Srikant.
Yeah.
It's
So
done.
everything is done, right?
So let's start. Let's take some question. We will discuss those.
Yeah, sure, sure. So now that you have seen the video, this is all about Max 1 and Max 2. So I hope you got a clear idea about how the Max 1 course is and how Max 2 course is going to be. So let us take some, we will take some questions which you already have asked via Google form. So let me ask one by one. Okay. So the first question is Saket Sharma has asked that it's for mathematics for data science 1. So he cleared January, he cleared the qualifier exam in January. Due to personal commitments, he cannot continue in the January term. And so now he is willing to start his course during the May term. So how should I proceed with the admission process? So how should he proceed with the admission process? Vicky?
Sorry, Srikant, I just missed the point. What is it? Could you just repeat again?
Okay, is my screen is still sharing?
No, Srikant.
No, right? Okay.
No.
So yeah, that Saket Sharma is asking. He has
Okay.
cleared a qualifier in January term, it seems.
Okay.
But due to his personal commitments, he is not able to continue in January term. Now
Okay.
he is willing to start this course in May term. So how should he
Okay.
proceed with the admission process? Is it same or do he have to do anything new?
I think he need to apply, right? So, so basically, maybe the I think the form would have already been circulated to them. So they have to register to this course, and it's up to them, like if they want to attend this quiz 1 and quiz 2 or not. So it's like best of the quizzes, like the earlier qualifier exam, what he has written, and like what if he is attending, let's say, a quiz 1. So the best of this would be taken. So that is the thing. So if you want to add up something more, so you can do this.
Okay, so I think you can directly you can directly apply for courses. So your card for qualifier examination. So once you qualify, it will hold for 1 year, I guess. So within this
Yeah,
one
right.
year, you can apply your course, apply the courses. So you are eligible for May term, but you have to give quiz 1 again. So term, you will be a term student and you have to give quiz 1. Okay. So the next question is Banerjee is asking. So it's for mathematics 2. So what is the difficulty level of mathematics 2 comparing to mathematics 1? So
Uh,
Shubham.
yeah, I want to say mathematics, maths 2 is not difficult in compare of maths 1. It is like maths 2 is topics are new, but not those students who have uh, studied like BSc in maths, BSc in mathematics, or engineering did like BTech or
Okay. So the
Srikanth,
difficulty
maybe you
level
can.
is same as mathematics 1, is it?
Yeah. So difficulty levels are like same whatever. Just 1 minute, Srikanth.
Okay, sure.
You can continue with the next question. I will.
Okay, sure, sure. We will come back to this again. And yeah, the next question is Ankur Kumar Jaishwal is asking, any reference book for course specific topic and clearing conceptual clarity on each topic? How many time should given, so how much time should he give in each course? So yeah, I will take up this question. So Ankur, any references book for course specific topic is like, I assume you are asking for mathematics 1. So I guess you can go through this NCRT textbooks, which are of class 11th and class 12th, and after that you will get a you can clear your conceptual clarity. You can get a conceptual clarity after reading that. Then you come back, you read, you watch our lectures, and later you try to solve these activity questions. And yeah, activity questions and practice, and later you solve this graded assignment. So you will get a, we have a bunch of questions in each topic. So by solving those questions, I hope you will get a clear clarity in your concepts. And how much time should you give in each course is, it will be around some 8 to 10 hours you should at least spend in each course per week. Okay, so this is how it works usually. So for a, I'm referring to an average student. Okay, so if an average student, he should spend an at least of 8 to 10 hours per week for each course. Okay, let's move to next question.
Yeah. So let me back to the same question.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah, sure,
phrase.
sure.
So Banerjee uh, is asking about difficulty level in compare of Maths 1 and Maths 2. So Maths 2 is not difficult. It is the same level. If you say both Maths 1 and Maths 2 have the same difficulty. Yeah, in Maths 2 there are some new topics. Not new. Whole Maths 2 is somewhat new. But who, for those students who are non-mathematical, not like from not BSc in mathematics or from BTech. So yeah, but these new topics are like in each week have not a very heavy load. They have enough gaps in each week. Like in each week, in the sense gap means content, very less content in each week have. So you can slowly, if you watch the video lecture and whatever the process told in just now and we discussed in video, about the brief introduction about the course and how to approach. If you follow those process, it will be very easy to not only clear, it will be easy to get a good grade. So that's I want to say for like a difficulty level in Maths 2 in compare of Maths 2.
Okay, okay. I hope Banerjee have got his answer. Okay, let's move to another question. So Om Subhash Kumar is asking that how to insert the concept in easy way any reference book except NCRT. So Vicky,
So can I take up
Vicky,
this? Yeah.
yeah, Vicky.
So see, basically, the course is designed in such a way that I'm talking about Maths 1, and I think it same goes for Maths 2 as well. So it's like you, since we are providing you videos, I mean, it's the entire thing videos. Like let's say, I feel there is not even you don't even have to see NCRT books, and see if you are asking for more book reference So I would suggest like you can randomly choose those topics and search for more questions. But I would like to tell you that as you come through the courses, you would find there are a lot many questions that it'll take a lot of your time, even like a month time is given, right? So you have a lot of questions. Like let's say a straight line, you have like 4 5 practice assignment question, and each practice assignment consists of like 10 to 15 questions. And those questions are very unique. You won't find it anywhere, and those are application based questions. So at least I'm convinced with what I have seen from the previous batches, that they complain that we have a lot of materials. But if you want to ask me, like, if you want to do, so what I would suggest is like first do solve these questions and then go for other references, right? So if you go for other references, I would just say like you can solve questions up to like JEE, IIT JEE level type questions. I mean, not that hard as well, but it will be more application questions, right? So that should be the thing. So you can randomly Google those kind of questions and try solving it. But you should do this only when you are done with solving these questions what we provide. Okay. So that should be your strategy. So I don't think so there is any need for going with any other reference books, just because everybody asks like, okay, what is the reference book that I should follow? Is so a traditional reply is like you should follow NCRT just to build up some foundations. And basically you don't even need that. But since somebody or some of you are used to reading books, so you can take this as a reference book, and rest all that you can follow what we provide. That will suffice the need.
Okay.
Yes, right.
Okay, thanks. So yeah, let's move to another question. Uh, yeah, Yadagiri Sai Madhava Pavan is asking that he wishes to start mathematics 1 and mathematics 2 in this term, so in the same term. So when should I apply and what is the procedure? So
Okay.
Vicky, I wanted to
Okay. You want to give a reply to this?
no, I wanted to put you into this. So
Okay.
can
So
you?
you see, basically, the prerequisite for doing maths 2 is you have to do maths 1, right? So that is the prerequisite. So you cannot do it simultaneously. You first have to clear maths 1, right? Then you can take up higher courses like maths 2. Okay.
Right, correct. So okay, let me ask another question. So Amruta Ramachandra is asking, she is asking, sorry, can we take stats 2 before clearing max 2? So that means is max 2 is a prerequisite for stats 2?
Okay. So again, this is not a prerequisite, but this was earlier a prerequisite. If you would have been guided by some of your seniors, then you can drop that idea right now, because what has been happened is like the courses have been restructured. So some of the contents of Maths 2 has been shifted to Maths 1. So to do Stats 2, there is no prerequisite that you should do Maths 2. It's basically if you are done with Maths 1 and Stats 1, then you can actually take Stats 2.
In
Yes.
adding, I want to add something. Maths 2 is a co-requisite for Stat 2 also, I think. So while doing a Stat 2, Maths 2 will be like a parallelly. So better to choose, like if you are doing a Stat 2, please choose Maths 2 also, so that you will be in comfort zone to clear both. Will be helpful to each other maybe. So Stat 2 is Maths 2 is a co-requisite of Stat 2 something.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So yeah, let's move to another question. Okay. One interesting question is that Aman Khan is asking, I have everything, but still I am not able to solve the question. I have watched class video a ton of time and I have practiced a lot, but still I am facing a lot of difficulty in solving them.
Okay. Maybe I'll take up this. So for you, Aman, what I would suggest is you can attend the live session with us. Maybe we can guide you there how to take up the questions, because that is how we do. So our live sessions are mostly like we give you a concept. So basically the concepts which you have gone through, so we just kind of revise you and then we take up questions, and we also bring up some questions and we solve together. So it's basically like we will be solving and we expect you also to solve. Likewise, you can actually learn how to approach a question and you can see us how we are doing, right? So in this way, we can have a mutual way of learning and addressing a problem. So Aman, so once you are into the process, then I think your this problem might get solved eventually. Okay.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so Saurav Kumar is asking for mathematics 2. Any preparation hard tips?
Yeah, so let me tell. So in hard, like tips is like I want to say, like attend the live session. If you are unable to attend like all live session for maths 2, try to attend at least revision session for quizzes and edition. Uh, and whatever the approach we have discussed uh, for maths 2, if you follow that, like first watch the video lecture and then make your notes uh, to more clearance about the topic, go through the solve with assignment, and then move on to activity question. It will be like to be a pace to getting these things, like solving the questions, and you can move on the graded assignment. And I want to like tips is also like try to attend the mock quizzes and mock in sim and try to solve those questions, see clearly that whatever the concept are using in mock questions, try to get very much clear so that you can solve the interim or quizzes and get a good mark. That's I want to say.
Okay. So following that, one more question, Shubham.
Yeah.
Shubhagni is asking. She is asking that how to prepare the syllabus, Max 2 syllabus, for getting good score in the exam and increases her CGPA.
Yeah. So for this, I will say the same as like hard tips for maths 2 or approaching like whatever the approach we discussed in video. If you follow that, it will not only make help you to get a good grade, also will help to understand the topic. So, and I will again suggest you that please try to attend mock quizzes and mock in sim. And again, I will say that try to clear those like concept, try to clear the concept, whatever uses in mock quizzes and sim. And not only like very much comfort, try to solve such kind of question which is related to in the quizzes, similar question which are in mock quizzes. So like that, if you will do, you may get a good grade. Yeah, but try to approach the way as we discussed in just now in video.
Okay. So now, Vicky, the same question for Max 1 also. So Pranav Mahendra is asking that how to prepare for foundational qualifier for this particular mathematics 1 subject.
Okay. So one best thing you can do is like whatever material we provide, just go through them and try to solve it multiple times. Okay. So that will help you out to get in through qualifier. And also we provide some kind of we provide mock as well as some kind of revision session that we provide. So you can attend all these sessions and just be with us. Like since you are going through each every week contents, and after every week contents you are solving all those like activity, practice assignment and graded assignments. So if you're going in this systematic way, and then you're going with the other weeks and following the same pattern, so whatever the materials we are providing, if you just solve them and be thorough with it, I think that will suffice the need for qualifier.
Okay. Okay. Let's move to another question. So yeah, Prince Kumar is asking that I have completed Stats 1 and CT. So what should I do now for next course? So can someone give him some tips or
Okay.
kind of? Yeah.
So it depends on his uh, how much he is engaged with you. Like there are some students or who are actually doing some kind of degree courses elsewhere too, and there are working professionals as well. So they too have a time constraint. So since the student has done two courses, so what he is left with maths and uh, right, two courses. He took it CT and stats. Is it Srikanth?
Yeah. So he has completed Stats 1 and CT, it seems. So he's left
Okay.
with English 1 and Max 1 and other foundational courses like Max 2,
Okay, so
Stats
he
2.
can take up like he can take the other two courses, that is English and mathematics. And if he has more time, he can take up higher courses. Maybe like he can take up maths too, or for that matter, he can even take stats too. Or generally, most of the students prefer Python with these two courses. So it goes like maths and English and Python. You can do that as well. So it depends on your total, like how much you are engaged. If you are more engaged with your other activities, then I would suggest go with three courses or like lesser than that. At most three courses. If you have some time, then you can take up hard courses. You can take up like either stats and or stats two or maths two, along with maths one and English.
Okay. So, yeah, thanks, Vicky. So the next question is so it's like Padma Manikandan is asking, I wrote my foundational level exam to call 4 modules and failed Max 2 and Statistics 2 just by 2 marks. Now what should I do? But my average exam score is 57. Am I eligible for the diploma level or do you have to repeat Max 2 again?
Okay, so Srikanth, can you tell the eligibility for diploma level? Then thereafter I will tell about the Maths to Stat 2.
So I guess they have been given this handbook PDF kind of thing where they can go read the PDF, and from there they will get to know whether they are eligible for diploma or not. See, for diploma, the thing is they have to pass all the 8 foundational level courses. If they are going from foundational level, or if not, there is a direct entry exam. They have to pass that exam. So either of this should happen. So I think he has given foundational level exam and he failed in Max 2 and Stats 2. And
Okay.
he's claiming that he is failed by 2 marks only. So what should he do? Like I guess
So for that, yeah, continue, Srikanth.
yeah. So what I
Sorry.
think is, even if he fails in one subject, he is not eligible for diploma level. So he has to finish all the 8 foundational level courses. So once every course he passed every course, then he is able to apply for diploma level. So for better clarification, just go with the PDF shared to you,
Yeah, student handbook.
student handbook. So read that handbook. In that, it will be clearly mentioned that what you should do and where you stand at this particular point. Okay, so let's take
Okay.
2 or 3 more questions here I have. So yeah, Saurabh Chowdhury is asking that it's for mathematics 1. He's asking that do I have to study other than the course provides? So that means do he has to go through any online sites and study from there, or is our course is sufficient to understand what how mathematics 1 topics? Vicky?
Sorry, Srikanth. Yeah, could you repeat again?
Yeah. So Saurabh Chowdhury is asking that do
Okay.
he have to study other than the course provides? So other than the course material we provide, do he have to go through any other content to
Uh,
understand mathematics 1 topics better, or is it
I
sufficient?
it is sufficient. You don't have to really go anywhere else. because we provide a lot of materials, and you will hardly get time to solve those materials itself, right? So that's why we don't really advise. But you see, sometimes what happens, it's like, out of 100, like there will be one person who might be facing difficulty in, let's say, a logarithm topic, and he or she feels like she needs to brush up more concepts or like supplement. So usually what learner does is they comes with these sessions, live sessions with us, and we actually help them out. Even if that doesn't work out, so what they do is like they try to sneak around with some other some other materials which is available online or in any other book. So but there is just 1% or like a very like hardly few. So but whatever we are providing, that is sufficient, so we don't really have to go elsewhere to look for the contents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Vicky. So yeah, most of the questions which are related to mathematics 1 and mathematics 2 are this. So do anyone of you want to answer this particular thing? Like Prasun Maitra, she's asking that I have cleared the qualifier exam on March 2022 and excited to start the foundational level program. So should she start from graded assignment from week 5, or again she has to start from week 1? So this is like second qualifier. So she qualified the second qualifier, it seems. Now what should she do?
She have qualified this uh, qualifier exam, right?
Yeah, she qualified the qualifier exam which was held on March 2022. It's like
Right.
second qualifier thing. So
Hmm.
now she has attempted that week 1 to 4 in that qualifier, it seems. So now she has to start from graded assignment from week 5, or again she has to start from week 1?
Okay, so it's better to answer Vicky.
Okay.
Yeah. Shrikant, so I'm actually not sure of this. Like, if this graded assignments are, if they reattempt, if they have to reattempt. But what I can think logically is, basically like, since if they want to improve their grade, so maybe they can attend this graded. I mean, the practice. Oh, sorry, the graded assignment, reattempt them, and maybe the best will be taken. So I'm not sure of this, Shrikant. Like, if you have any more clarity on this, so you can just give it. But yes, I'm sure of the quiz. So you can attend quiz, and the best of the quizzes will be taken. So it's the if the earlier qualifier you had better score, so that will be taken up. Or like if you want to upgrade your score, so you can write this quiz again, and then you can upgrade your scores. This is one thing I'm sure of. But this graded assignment, Shrikant, if you have any idea about it, so you can just
Yeah,
give.
see, one thing I can add is like, see, whatever the student's handbook we have provided, everything
Yeah,
is added in that.
yeah,
So read that handbook thoroughly, and most of your operational queries will be sorted out after reading that handbook.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And one more question I have seen here. I just wanted to answer that particular question. So if you have failed in your end-term exam, so I have seen some 3 of the people are asking the same question in wording differently. So if you have failed in this particular term, so you have to redo the exam again. So you have to start from right from the graded 1 assignment, week 1 graded assignment, and you have to submit every assignment followed by quiz submissions, quiz exams, and finally you have to take the end term exam. So this is how it will be. So if you failed in end term also, you have to redo the whole course again. Even if you fail on and whole, if you fail, you have to do the same thing. And if you got very less marks in your exam, if you wanted to better up your grades, then what you have to do is, even in this case also, you have to redo the course again, starting from week 1, graded assignment week 1. But this time the fee will be double, not the same fee you are paying till now. So you have to pay double the amount of which you paid earlier.
Yes. So this is basically done to discourage you guys not to reattempt that, right, Shrikant? So that's
Hmm.
why provided, it's because see, you have been through all these process, like solving graded assignments, then going with the quiz 1, quiz 2, and then writing your end term, right? And then eventually you write your exam and you got some grades, right? Now you want to reattempt, saying that I want to better this course. So this is actually not encouraged, but rather what is encouraged is like you can self study these things and build up your knowledge by solving where you felt that you should actually focus on, so that you can do a self learning. So but yes, there is an option that you can improve your grades.
Yeah,
But
but with
And
higher.
I want to add something. Yeah,
Yeah, sure,
Susmita
sure.
can.
This is also a motivation for you to get the best grade possible in your first attempt.
right.
Right.
And I want to again add the same as Srikanth said. Please, if you have your operational kind of query grade related to grades, or when I will attend again that exam, or how can I improve my grades? Those things are clearly written in student handbook, which is available in your student portal. So please read that handbook, student handbook, and get clarified without get like confusion getting from the WhatsApp or whatever the message tools are there. So please go through the student handbook, then you may get more clear about these things.
Okay. Thanks, Shubham. So we would like to end this session here by stating one statement. So if you have any doubts, again, tips, preparation strategies, we have shared an orientation video with you all. So please go back, watch that orientation video. There we have explained it, how you proceed Max 1 or Max 2, how you should be able to solve. So what is the approach you should follow for these two courses? So go through the video again. So you will get a clear idea how to proceed in Max 2 or Max 1, whatever. So also the tips we have discussed, preparation strategies we have discussed in there. So go through that, and we expect you to have an healthy and good learning with us. And thank you all. So thanks Vicky, Shubham, Shushmita, Shubhashish for joining us today. And
Shrikant, just one
yeah,
question that is there on the YouTube chat. Maybe we can address that and then close.
sure. So
Yeah, so Abhijit Ghosh, you've said that since some topics are completely new for non-math background students, and you mentioned of BSc and engineering students having advantage, it seems like an uphill task to cover all this in 3 months. How do you help facilitate the process for students who do not have such backgrounds? So Shubham, would you like to answer? I guess this is for maths too. From the comment, obvious
So
that it is for maths too. Shubham, would you like to answer?
yeah, yeah. Let me answer some few things. See, like this course is for not only for like who is from BSc or BTech. This is there is no there is no like who is just clear the 12 without like from non science background also will able to join this course. And this course is self sufficient to do like you can get from here like video lectures, the whole content for maths 2 or maths 1, or for the whole top courses whatever here. And along with the live sessions are there to help you to how to grab these how to cover these concept, and how to follow the topics. And in if you see in video lecture, just now we discussed about how to approach maths 2 or maths 1 also. So if you follow that approach, I don't think this will matter to like who is not from a mathematics background or from science background. So this process is like how to approach these things will help to all who is from non-mathematics on or STEM non-STEM background. Uh, that's the I want to say. Do you want to say something, Susmita, more?
Yeah, so this is the basic strategy. Whatever was explained in the video, if you just follow those steps, you should be able to score pretty well. And attending live sessions will be an added bonus because you can get your doubts cleared from us directly. You needn't wait or look for other resources to get your doubts clarified. If you attend the live sessions, we will clear it for you then and there. And even if you don't understand a topic and ask us to repeat, we are more than happy to repeat it in the live sessions. So the best would be for you to attend the live sessions.
Yes,
Thanks, Susan.
I can even add some points.
Yeah.
So basically, like I have seen so many students who are basically from non-math background, and they are working professionals, scoring 70 and above in Maths 1, and they are following the same strategy, or like the strategy which is needed for different courses. They just follow this, and they do attend these live sessions, and they really do good. So it's these courses are designed in such a way that all of you can actually attend this. So yes, that is always an advantage to someone who is already in this academia, right? And those who have left their study for, let's say, 20 years before or 25 years before, they too are putting the same effort, or definitely they need a bit extra effort to solve this. And so that's how you can actually attend this. And one more thing is, the live session what we take, it's like it's recorded and it will be available on the YouTube. So for some reason, let's say you're not able to attend these live sessions, you can always see them afterwards, and at your own pace and at your own convenience time, which will definitely bring you to the same page as everyone. So there are pretty much good examples for so many students who have done really good following the strategies that we have shared with you. And certainly they are now aligned with all those students who are with very well technical backgrounds, such as, like they have a background in mathematics and they are doing, let's say, a computer science degree from elsewhere, so they can actually pace up with them as well. So that is what I wanted to add here.
Okay.
So
So
yeah.
yeah, thank you very much, Vicky, Shushmita, Shubham, Shubhashish. So I hope we gave a better idea to all the students who are applying for Maths 1 and Maths 2. So now it's in their hand. So everything is in their hand, how to study and what to study. So yeah, with this we can end this session.
Thanks, Sri.
Thank you. Just hold on. Host, you can stop the live streaming, please. Can you stop the live stream?
Are we done, Srikanth?
Just a second, I guess they didn't stop this. Just a second, one minute. They are stopping the YouTube streaming.